Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I want to talk about the real estate market in the exotic city of Istanbul, Turkey. I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think potentially this could be a very lucrative market to invest in. I will give you the risks after that and then a conclusion. So let's get straight down to it. Here are 10 reasons why Istanbul, Turkey could be a lucrative market to invest in. So number one, the price per square meter in US dollars on average is 750. That is amazingly low for such an important city like Istanbul. And it's really the lowest it's been for many years. Now, in how many cities can you get real estate on average for 750 US dollars per square meter? Not many, I'm sure you'll agree. Number two, the Turkish lira has absolutely devalued very heavily against a basket of currencies over the last 5 to 10 years. Indeed, around 5 years ago, you could get around 3 Turkish lira to the US dollar. As of October 2020, it's nearer 8. Now, I'm sure you'll agree, that is a tremendous devaluation of the Turkish lira, and this makes the property market in Turkey a lot more attractive than it used to be. Indeed, in a city like Istanbul, in a district like Beşiktaş, if you look really thoroughly, you can actually get property for under 1,000 US dollars per square meter. That is absolutely incredible. Number three, what I also like is the citizenship by investment program. So for as little as 250,000 US dollars, you can actually get yourself a passport in Turkey. It used to be $1 million US dollars, but they brought the figure down to 250,000 US dollars. Now, I'm not sure how long that's going to last because it's been taken up by many thousands of citizens around the world. And when you consider too, in the last 2 to 3 days, Cyprus has got rid of its citizenship by investment program. And there you actually had to invest in a property 2 million euros. Here, it's only 250,000 US dollars. Number four, what is also good is that the buy-sell costs are quite low. So when you buy a property in Turkey, you will pay about 1% registration fee. You'll also pay between the buyer and seller 4% for real estate agent fees and 4% for the title deed fees. Now, make sure if you're buying the property that you split this between the buyer and the seller, because there are some sellers that do insist that you pay all of the title deed fee and all of the real estate agent fee. Don't do it, and that will ensure that the total buy-sell cost will come to just under 10%. That's pretty good when you compare it to most markets around the world. Number five, if you keep your property in Turkey for 5 years or more, you will pay no capital gains tax. Number six, what I also like are the low property taxes. So annually in Istanbul, you'll pay 0.2% of the value of the property. Now, I'm sure you'll agree that's pretty low. Number seven, I actually found this quite surprising, but the total government debt to GDP in Turkey is actually quite low. It's below 50%. As of 2020, it was around the 40% mark, and it's actually been lower than that. But when you compare it to most Western European countries and the US, I'm sure you'll agree, it's very low. In the UK, it's actually over 100% now. And in the EU, even before COVID-19, the average was around 85 to 87%. Number eight, what is also you need to take into consideration, Istanbul is in a very strategic location. So part of it is in Europe, part of it is in Asia. So you could consider it the gateway, depending on how you look at it. It's the gateway to Europe and it's the gateway to Asia. It's in a very important part of the world. Number nine is the population growth. Now, back in 2000, it's actually less than 20 years ago, the population of Istanbul was 8.8 million. Now, as of 2019, this had grown to 15.2 million. That is really tremendous growth. It's almost doubled in less than 20 years. And with a birth rate at just under 2 per couple, and also what you've also take into consideration is that the median age in Turkey is 31.5 years. This will ensure a young, dynamic population going forward in the city of Istanbul, and that will make it a very important market to invest in. So, as a foreign investor, you're not only looking at a foreign buyer, you're looking at local buyers as well. It's a very healthy market domestically. Number 10, last but not least, tourism. Now, in Turkey, back in 2000, you had roughly around 10 million international visitors per year. As of 2019, this had more than quadrupled to around 45 million overseas visitors a year. That's tremendous growth, 4.5 times in less than 20 years. And listen to this, nearly a third of those actually go to Istanbul. And this is reflected in the fact that the Turkish government has actually built a new airport in Istanbul to replace Ataturk airport. And this can accommodate, yes, up to 200 million passengers per year. So they definitely think there's going to be more tourists. And the more tourists you get, property prices tend to go up in that area. Just look at Barcelona after the 1992 Olympics. Having said that, there are some disadvantages of investing in Istanbul. So here are the risks. And the main one is political risk. Now, unfortunately, over the last few years, relations between Turkey and the West, in particular the US, have deteriorated quite significantly. And you've got to look at it also from an internal point of view. As recently as 2016, there was a failed coup d'etat in Turkey. And Turkey as well borders a war-torn current country, namely Syria. So there are political risks in the country. Also, I've been talking about currency and how amazing it is that the Turkish lira has devalued so much and has made it an opportunity. But potentially the currency could go down a bit more as well. So although I put this as an investment opportunity to buy, you've also got to consider the currency can still potentially go the other way. So be careful of that as well. Also, over the last few years, and over a number of years actually, the inflation rate and the unemployment rate have been persistently high in Turkey, and it's often above 10%. Now, also in Istanbul, the yields are not amazing. So your grocery yields, you're looking at around 2.5 to 4.5%. And this is more akin to cities like Paris. I would have hoped that the yields here would have been a bit higher, but they're not. And you've got to put this into context as well, that the income tax, the rental income tax in Turkey is also quite high. So I'll give you the rates. So from 0 to 18,000 Turkish lira, which is around 2,200 US dollars, you'll pay 15% rental income tax. Between 18,000 and 40,000 Turkish lira, it's 20%. Between 40,000 and 148,000 Turkish lira, it is 27%. Between 148,000 and 500,000 Turkish lira, it's 35%. And anything over 500,000 Turkish lira, which is 63,300 US dollars approximately, you'll pay 40%, which is very, very high. That said, there are deductions and allowances in this, so it's not as bad as it seems. But nevertheless, I'm sure you'll agree with me, if you couple the low yields, the low gross yields and the tax, you're not looking at very high net yields at all. Also, I did say after 5 years you pay no capital gains tax, but if you do sell within 5 years, you'll pay capital gains tax, and you'll pay that at the same rate as the income tax level, which I've just given to you. Do bear in mind, though, the good thing here, you can deduct the title deed fee, and also what Turkey does, it takes into account its domestic producer price index, that's good. So even if you do have a capital gains tax, if inflation erodes all that gain in effect, then you won't pay any capital gains tax. Do bear in mind also, you may have to pay VAT on the property. So if you do buy off an individual whose main line of business is not selling property, you'll pay no VAT whatsoever. And also, if you do pay, let's say, from a company, and it's the first resident, so you're the first person that lives in that property, even if you buy it off a company, you won't pay any VAT. But it's a different matter if it's not. So the rules here do get a bit complicated. So I'll just give you an example. If it's before the 1st of January 2013 and it's under 150 square meters, you'll only pay 1%. Over 150 square meters, though, you'll pay a whopping 18%. And the newer the property as well, the more likely you're going to pay VAT as long as you're not the first person that lives in it, where you pay no VAT. I can make another video about this, but you'll also have to do your homework on this because these rules do continually change. So do get yourself a good accountant in Turkey, Istanbul, and also do get yourself, which you should do anyway, a good lawyer. So where should you invest? Well, given the fact that this is a great time potentially to buy and the prices are very low, if you can, just go for the best area possible. So I would say an area like a neighborhood like Nişantaşı. So there you get all the expensive boutiques, shops, etc., restaurants. It's a great place to actually live and buy in Istanbul. So particularly if you're going for the golden passport, this may be a great time to buy in this area. If you're more on the side of not, let's say, the more budget type foreign investor, perhaps somewhere like Taxation, where you've got all the old mosques and palaces. It's actually a lovely area of Istanbul if you do go as a visitor anyway. And here you can get easily property for under $1,000 per square meter. So do you go ahead and invest? My theory is this. I think it's a great opportunity, but I've given you the risks, which the main one are political. There's a lot of political risk. So it's a place where I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. So the way I would think of it, you can invest part of your portfolio here. So if you were taking it as, let's say, a share, so I know a lot of you invest in shares, so you wouldn't invest all your money in one particular share, let's say here, a risky one. You could put part of it. So if you're risk averse, and I'm a little bit risk averse, I wouldn't put all my money here, but certainly you could put part of your portfolio into this market. Anyway, I'm dying to know your thoughts on this as well. I'd really appreciate some comments on this if you're thinking of buying. What do you think of the Istanbul market, considering that the prices now are so low due to the currency devaluation? Are you thinking of investing there? I really want to know your thoughts on this. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as usual. Please, if you do like my videos, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you very soon on the next video. Thanks and have an amazing day.